got here? Media source. Yep, cool. You guys can all hear me. Awesome. Just having a chat with a mate on some crypto stuff. I'm in a trade already, guys. There was a really good setup. Just slightly prior to 3:30, I decided to take the trade. It goes with my bias. I am short bias today, guys, still, but only to take out possibly the low of the previous day low. So gonna try and bring up our charts that we use, which is this one right here. And I'll have to adjust it so you guys can still see the running P&L. Start back out, Bob. Already, yeah, man. So my trading strategy is from 3 a.m. Sorry, my bad. 2 a.m. New York time, and my entries are up till around 5 a.m. Technically 7, but it's pretty rare to get a position after that. So 6:10 is probably around the last position that I usually take. Yeah, so I do have to keep an eye on it, but I like in a whole year, I think there's 10 trades in a year that happened that have happened with my back testing. That happened between 2 and 3 a.m. And there's about 4 of them that happened within the first 10 minutes of 3 a.m., which I'm pretty well on the computer at 10:02 anyway. So, yeah. Anyway, so shorts work out for me really well if I take a trade before 3 a.m. I have a very bad win rate if I try to long the position. So, yeah, today I was already short bias. It was a short position. All my metrics were lined up, so I've taken the trade, so we're already in one. And so far it's doing fine. So, yeah. Now, I am talking to a mate at the moment. Okay, how are you trading today? Yeah, I'm in one now. Here, I'm going to send my, come to my live, and I'll explain there. Where is my fucking live link? My live link. I need to post that into Discord as well, but whatever. Is the link in here? Just need to get a mate on. Need to explain something to him. Something trading related. Where's my live right there? Okay, I think we're going to switch around using, try and explain this to Benny. There's going to be 2 Bennies in the house. I need the boxes drawn so I visually know. Ah, Jesus, backyard Bob, you're breaking me balls. All right. Hey, dude, how you going? I can hear you loud and clear. Sick. Can you see my stream? Hopefully. I sent it to you in WhatsApp. So actually what I'll do, it might be delayed. So maybe what I'll do is yeah, no, it's all right. I'll do it here because it might be delayed. So I might be showing you something and then you got to wait 5 seconds to see it. Let me share my screen. Which fucking screen am I sharing? Yeah, this one. All right, there you go. Can you see that? All right. So, oh, sorry guys, I've been taken off your fucking the P&L. You guys can see the P&L now. Okay. All right. So, if we go to, so I'll give you an example on the Nasdaq, okay, of like specifically the same thing that you're looking at, right? So this happened yesterday. I'll zoom out to the 1 hour so you can see. It's exactly the same shit, right? There was, you can't see it? Oh, you know why? Because I adjusted it. My bad. Let's do the entire screen. There you go. Try that. My bad. I had to rearrange it. Okay. So, the NQ had a 4-hour FEG here, right? Back on the 18th of December. Okay. And there's also another one as well, which technically is the first presented 4-hour gap, right? So I've just had them marked out for a few days now. As price kept coming down on the NAS, I was like, okay, well, we're getting down here now. I better mark these out. So now there was a half trading day on Monday. So you just need to kind of ignore, like there's technically a divide. So that was Monday's half trading day session. And then this is Tuesday. This was yesterday, right? So as you can see, price came down. We took out the previous day low. So that's a big green tick, right? Now, technically, in this example, I'm bullish on the day, okay? Because the previous day on the Monday, it opened and closed below the previous day's low. So we'd already swept all of that liquidity, right? It doesn't need to be swept anymore. So I was actually bullish coming into Tuesday because we'd already tapped all that liquidity on the run down, right? So I was looking for longs on Tuesday. So coming into Tuesday, I'll go down to the 5-minute time frame. And here is Tuesday, right? So that's Tuesday's price action. Now, Asia sets its high, and then Asia set its low. Okay, so Asia runs from 1800, and in the ICT space, Asia runs from 8 p.m., which is 2000, through to 2 a.m. And then that's it. That marks the Asia range, high and low. And then you come into the London session from 2 o'clock. Now, you don't always get a trade between 2 and 3. It's very rare. In fact, over all of my testing and all my data analytics, there's actually really only 10 trades in an entire year that you will take inside that zone. And my win rate is 50% on shorts and 0 on longs. So really, I don't want to be taking trades pre 3 a.m. in this example, especially if they're longs, which in this case, I was looking for longs. So I'm just not going to take a trade. And there was none that got presented, right? So as you see, price comes down. This is on the 5-minute time frame. Price comes down and keeps sweeping, right? Things are starting to look very juicy here. So if you think to yourself like, oh, if I came back to here when this happened, you're thinking, oh, this is good. So what you do is you just mark the fair value gap out because this is the displacement candle, right? That there is your displacement candle, this one and this one, okay? So instantly you say to yourself, okay, well, that means that that fair value gap now needs to be disrespected. So it's a 5-minute FVG. But you can see price never closed above it. It failed and then continued down. So then you just sit and wait. Now, unfortunately, in this example yesterday, we did not get a fair value gap on the displacement leg down in after this one here. So we had to go with the first presented fair value gap, which is this candle here, because it broke structure. So the break of structure is here, which is this last red candle here. There was an uptick here, and that is your break of structure, right? Once you've broken that with a close, which is this candle here, that gave you your break of structure. So now all of a sudden we're like, okay, now it looks like we might be going up. It's still not yet confirmed. So when this candle here closed, we now move the fair value gap box to exactly this position here. When that closes, you have two choices, right? You either A, wait for a retest of the fair value gap and then you enter with like a limit order, which, trust me, you're wasting your time because it doesn't always happen. You can see here, if I zoom in really close for you, look how close we got to it on this candle, but we never actually touched it because people front run the orders and there were too many people front running the orders and you missed the whole move. So personally for me, I have found that I have a very high win rate, right, if I just enter straight away off the bat. So as soon as that candle closes, yeah, I just market order right there straight off the bat. As soon as that candle closes, which confirms the FVG, I market order in. Stop loss. So your stop loss can be in two spots, but I've personally found it's better to go the swing low, right? You can run your stop loss if you want to at the first candle of the 3-leg FVG stack. So remembering with fair value gaps, you've got 3 candles in the sequence, right? That's candle 1, that's candle 2, and that's candle 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. What you can do is you can run your stop loss just below the first candle, which is that candle there. However, I actually have a bit of a lower win rate if I do that, and it's not worth it. So I don't do that at all. I never really have. I've tempted it, but my back testing proves that you have a higher lose rate if you do that. Okay, so I'll show you that, but on Bitcoin, which is what you're looking at. So if you go to Bitcoin now and you zoom out to the 4-hour time frame, right, and we have a look back here to the left-hand side of where price is now, you have all these equal lows here, right? All these equal lows. These are super dangerous. There's probably a bucket load of liquidity sitting right in here, right? I wouldn't be surprised whether everyone's calling it like trap traders all in this section in here. Okay, the next thing you've got on the left-hand side here is you have an FVG that has been tested multiple times. Look how many times that's been tested. And that's on the 4-hour time frame. And so that's one thing. So I'd be very cautious of this. And if you are bearish for the day, then I would be looking at this as being your next draw on liquidity. But if you look at it from more of a shorter term time frame, like a day trade or an intraday trade, there is an FVG here, right, that's been quite respected very well. Hasn't even been retested yet, which there was kind of your retest there, right? You tapped into a previous day low. So there's your previous day low, which is this candle basically here at like January 1st. So that is essentially what we call like the new year open, right? So that's like a bit like your new week opening gap. All right. So you go, okay, we've retested where we opened up. Back on the first. So we've retested that. That's where the liquidity is. Cool for everyone who went long there. We swept into the previous day low, which is that Thursday low that I marked. We've tapped into the FVG and we've bounced off of that. So you can kind of say, okay, well, my next draw on liquidity is actually down here, right? However, when you look at the candles, I mean, this has been selling off pretty bloody hardcore the whole way down, right? So, you might get a retracement. So you go down to the 1-hour time frame, right? And then what I see here is exactly this. So if we come back up to here, because you're probably wondering, oh, why now and why not before? So there is a 1 hour FVG there, right? First presented. Price never even made it to it, right? The second FVG, price made it to that. Got to the 50% range. So you run fibs in there and it got to the 50%, 618 and reversed. Cool. Another FVG. Keep coming down till you find the next one, right? Which is this one here. So you're just drawing these out as time goes on. You just keep drawing them out. And what I see on this one is literally this. So this candle here and then this candle here broke that structure. Now, this is technically classified as a change in state of delivery, which is a CISD, right? And because this candle here is the displacement leg down into the liquidity, okay, which formed the FVG. And then now these candles here, or technically this one, right? This candle here closed the back above that. And all three of these candles broke above the inversion fair value gap. So now all of a sudden you go, okay, I'm like, you start going, okay, we have a change in state of direction, okay? We're no longer in this consistent downtrend. We are trying to recover, right? And then you come down to the other leg, and the best thing you want to see, right? You want to see a fair value gap get created on the uptrend leg of this leg up, right? Which for you is your first side of the W for Annie's model. And you want to see that get created with some type of overlap of the FVG, which is the fair value gap. So there's your 1 hour fair value gap from here down to here, and that 1 hour FVG on the leg up is inside that FVG. This is a very good setup and very clean setup already, right? And then for you, because you're trading on the 15-minute, you go down to the 15-minute time frame, right? There's your displacement candle. It's basically still the same candle. That's your displacement candle. Draw out your 15-minute FVG. And this candle here is the candle that broke it, right? So now it's no longer an FVG, it's an IFVG, right? It's an inversion fair value gap. Yeah, it would be because, yeah, look how much volume there is in it. You can see it. Yeah, it's easily, that would definitely be a vector for you guys. So now you can clearly say, okay, we have a change in state of delivery. We are now considering, like we've now made, so here is your swing high from this swing low, right? So you got a swing low, swing high, swing low, and then you got a swing high, like a lower high, and then you have another lower high, right? And then you got another lower high. I'm talking from this one. And then now, now we have a higher high. Where's your low? Yeah, your previous week low is right there. Yeah, so it wicked straight off of it. Yeah. 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 I Yeah, 100%. Just remember, don't try to take it in the fair value gap. Try to front run it. I don't know what your percentage is. You'll have to work that out. There's some equal lows here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 candles with equal lows at this 931 level. I would probably be entering there because there's probably a lot of orders resting or front running. And if you want to tie it a risk to reward, then don't run down to the previous day low. Maybe come back up inside the first presented fair value gap on that 1 hour, because that's a 1 hour first presented candle, and that's also a 15-minute one as well, right? And then all you're doing from there is you're targeting previous day high. That's a 4-to-1 risk to reward right there. You're targeting these equal highs up here. Those London highs from yesterday. Yeah, yeah. Where your point of control is. This one? Oh, on the 1 hour time frame. I'll go there. This one? Right, as the next high. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so that's still a fucking 2.7 to 1. Even if you just targeted that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I mean, yeah, I was going to say 15-minute to a 1 hour W. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I got to be honest. Like, I mean, learning what she had in her system and then coming over and learning it this way. Yeah, I don't know. Like me personally, like learning whether we're in drop 1, drop 2, and all this other stuff. I swear it's just way too complicated. Um, yeah, I'd probably say that's about right. Yeah, because I mean, all of my trading strategy, indicators and everything so far is telling me that I'm sitting at about 52%, and that's if I'm like super accurate. Yeah, I mean, kind of like, yeah, I don't know, like for instance, like I took a winning trade yesterday, so theoretically today I'm coming in today with a bias, and I've executed a trade. It's on the left, and at the end of the day, like there is a part of me that has accepted that this trade is likely going to be a loser because I have a 50% win rate. So I think like on TradeZeller at the moment, I'm sitting at 40. There you go. I'm at 47%. And that's with a few really, really dumb trades in there too, like shitty trades that I just should never have taken back in October and November. I think I took 4 trades, just dumb, silly. Fuck it, let's just take this trade and see what happens kind of thing in December, see if I can make some money before Christmas kind of thing. And yeah, that's 40%. So in my head, I'm like, I don't know, like I think for me, it's a bit of a peace of mind thing. Like I literally, like when I turned everything on this afternoon and I was looking at the candles, I was like, hey man, statistically tonight should be a loser. So be prepared that we might be taking a losing trade tonight. But I only risk $1,000 per account per trade anyway. And last night, while it was a winner, theoretically it's classified as a break even because unfortunately the market just didn't have the volume to keep pumping it to where I wanted it to in the time frame that I gave it. I'm not really allowed to hold my trades past 10 a.m. because the win rate drops off significantly. And it's funny because if I bring up my current, if I bring up yesterday here, right? So this was my trade down here. I took this thing here, right? And my target is Asia high, right? But I'm not allowed to hold it past 950, 955. So you can see that I had to kill it at 9. I think I killed it at 950 to be honest. I killed it about 15 minutes after because the data latency was insane and it was really laggy for me. And so I have to wait nearly 17 minutes for it to die off if I'm going to flatten the trade. And so, yeah, like I just killed the trade off there. So, yeah, it was a win, but kind of a break even at the same time because it's covered my losses. So if I lose tonight, I should still be up like $400 for the week. Monday was a public holiday, so we didn't trade on Monday, and then we still have Thursday, Friday, right? Yeah, if you accept your win loss ratio, in my opinion, it's not too bad. No worries, man. All good. I'll leave you to it then. All right, have a good one. Ciao. All right, everyone, I'm back. I'm back. Take these headphones off. Yeah, so we'll see what ends up happening with these candles, I suppose. I don't know what's going to happen. We're either going to range, we're going to take off and go higher. But like I said, I am short bias. We haven't swept any liquidity lower. Volume is not necessarily dying on this little push-up leg that we've got going on. Kind of, I'll just move that out of the way. There is a bit of a channel formation happening here. And I may just be just looking at a straight up loser here. We ran some good profit though for a little bit there. I think we're up like, I don't know, I saw at one point we're up like $700 on both accounts really quickly there. But yeah, it'll be what it'll be. I think I'm just going to tighten my stop loss back to where I should have it always at 57.50. I'll give it one more tick. But yeah, that's pretty well it. So we're already in the trade. It'll be what it'll be. Being in this channel, I don't know. I would like to see this fail and then just dump hard. I think we go to previous day low. I think maybe there's a bit of liquidity down there. But it would really it would really need to kind of happen now-ish. I don't really want to be at 4 a.m. or 3:50, 4:10 and be around my stop loss because we'll probably just get wicked out. So NQES. Five-minute time frame. Da 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 da. Anyone else got any questions? I don't really want to hang around here all night while this thing's doing its thing. What do we got? 71 subs. So we've had a couple of people subscribe in the last couple of days, which I appreciate. Appreciate a lot. Appreciate a lot. None from me, Backyard Bob. Very wiki up here. Very wiki. Very wiki. I really want to hold this trade to Friday low, but part of me is just like, it may never get there. It may just never get there, man. I really want to hold this trade to Friday low, but... Alright, audio's working good. I'm eligible for a payout on one of my accounts on Apex. I almost took that tonight. I just don't want to yet. I like the buffer in there. I think once the account gets past 10k, then I'll start taking profit, but I wouldn't mind just having that little buffer in there in case you make some mistakes. What else we got? That's pretty well it. I've caught up on everything. I've caught up on everything. Caught up on everything. Jesus, these wicks are going everywhere, man. Up and down, up and down. So it can hold this trade. I gotta be honest, I don't know if I'll be holding this trade beyond 8 o'clock. I think with the tight range that we're in, we're gonna see one of these two get taken. Oh, I just want to see this roll over. I've seen this pattern before, boys. I've seen this pattern before. It just rolls over here and just fucking dumps. And then tomorrow is Thursday. Got a little bit of a low win rate on Thursdays. Yeah, 36, yeah. So I'm either going to walk out the door and get instantly stopped out. Yeah. Or I'm going to walk out the door and come back in 2 hours' time and it will still be at break even. I should reset my stop loss and thingy because I don't actually know what the final calculation was. Then again, price is getting pretty close to it, so I don't want to do that. Alright, I'm just going to cancel these orders and I'm going to run that stop. We're targeting, what are we targeting? 43. All right, everyone. Backyard Bob. I'm going to leave you to it. I'm just going to let this thing do its thing and I'll be back soon. Hello, hello, hello. Bye for now, yo. Did it go below? Let's go. Yay, I hope. All right, we did it. We did it. Now, I did say this before when I started the live stream. I actually was hoping that I would get back before this did a full take profit. I just went for a walk down the beach and just walked in the door. So stoked that we took full TP. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to take 75% off, and then I was going to move my stop loss back to break even. And then I was just going to let 5 contracts run down to the prior day low and see whether or not I could milk any more out of this trade. I was really keen to, because I am very bearish down to the prior day low, which would have been a 7-to-1 risk to reward. But anyway, it is what it is. And at the end of the day, I stuck to my rules. We took the profit. We hit a 2.5 to 1, roughly. Actually, no, it was 2.53. Excellent. What an absolute banger trade in the end. I was a bit hesitant there for a bit. I thought we were going to get stopped out. So that's me done for the day. We'll save the PDF, the CSV. And we will upload that into TradeZella. Yeah. I'm spewing. I didn't have that on record on the vertical format, so I'll have to edit that one in for a TikTok or a reel or something. Here we go. So upload attachments. Where did that go? Yeah, trades, processing. Here you go, boys. Here you go, boys. I saw it go up and I was scared. Yeah, we were shorting again today, Backyard Bob. We were shorting again, so we wanted it to go down. Yeah, I was bearish coming in today, so that was just an absolute treat. Yeah, correct. That's so much better. I know. How good is it? It's so much better recording the actual trade, like the exchange data, rather than TradingView. So that's a full TP today, and that's a $4,000 US trade. So we're 6,500 up for the week US. So it's almost 10 grand Australian already. So cannot complain at all there. Very, very well done. Very happy with that. Very happy. All right. All right, well, that's probably the end of the trading session. Oh, man, look at this thing bleed now. Damn. Damn. This thing is like so good. So good. So good. I think the drop is there like that. Look at that. Just lines up perfectly with the PDL. Yeah. Would have been nice to be here and manually control that trade, but anyway, it is what it is. All right. Well, there's really no else for me to be doing on here, hanging out. So I reckon I'm going to call it a night. And who knows? Maybe I might just play some Arc Raiders. Maybe. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Backyard Bob. I would have been like, nah, pull it down. Oh, shit. It's funny how you see these patterns over and over again, though. Like, I've seen this pattern a lot on the NASDAQ. I've been trading the NASDAQ for 2 years now. Just over 2 years, actually. 2 years, 4 months-ish. I think it was like November 2023. I've seen this pattern. Seen it so many times. Price comes up, does this little dance on the way up. London comes in, sweeps the Asia high, comes down, and then just melts. Seen it lots. It's good. When you start seeing those patterns and you start seeing it, it gives you more confidence and conviction that you're doing the right trade. Yeah. Yeah, it was a good call. Was good. All right. Well, don't need to be here anymore. I'm out. Peace out. Take care. Thank you very much. Oh, we should do the bags. She's going back up. Look out. Yeah. All right. Sick. All right. Catch you later, buddy. Have a good one.